Did you know that Creedence Clearwater Revival, one of the most iconic rock bands in history, never had a #1 hit in the United States? Yet, their music has transcended decades, their songs becoming anthems for generations. Their story begins in the late 50s, in the heart of California's bustling music scene. In the year 1959, a group of ambitious young men came together to form a band they called the Blue Velvets. These were no overnight sensations. They were a group of hard-working musicians, dedicated to their craft and to each other. They spent countless hours rehearsing, honing their sound, and dreaming of the day their music would touch the hearts of millions. As the 60s dawned, they found themselves evolving, both in their music and their identity. In a bid to adapt to the changing music landscape, they reinvented themselves as the Gollywogs. It was a period of exploration, of trial and error. They experimented with different sounds and genres, gradually carving out a unique sonic identity that would later become the hallmark of their music. Then, in the year 1967, the world was introduced to Creedence Clearwater Revival. The name was a reflection of their renewed spirit and their commitment to producing authentic, soul-stirring music. It was a name that would come to be synonymous with timeless rock and roll. It was a name that would resonate across the globe, leaving an indelible mark on the history of music. Despite their lack of a #1 hit, Creedence Clearwater Revival's music resonated with millions, setting the stage for an unprecedented rise to fame. Their humble beginnings served as a testament to their resilience, their passion, and their unwavering belief in the power of music. This was just the beginning of their journey. A journey that would see them become one of the most revered bands in the annals of rock history. In a span of just 4 years, Creedence Clearwater Revival released 7 studio albums, a feat almost unheard of in the music industry. In the tumultuous landscape of the late 60s, amidst the backdrop of civil rights movements and the Vietnam War, a distinctive sound emerged from the San Francisco Bay Area. This was the sound of Creedence Clearwater Revival, a band that would come to define a generation. Their first big hit, Susie Q, landed in 1968, marking the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The song captured the hearts of listeners with its infectious rhythm and catchy lyrics, setting the stage for a string of successful albums. Bayou Country, their second studio album, released in early 1969, featured the band's first #1 hit, Proud Mary. This was followed by Green River and Cosmo's Factory, both of which topped the charts and cemented the band's place in the annals of rock history. Creedence Clearwater Revival was not just another rock band. They had a unique blend of rock, country, and blues that resonated deeply with the youth of the era. Their music was a breath of fresh air, a departure from the psychedelic rock that was dominating the scene at the time. Their lyrics, often political and charged with emotion, spoke directly to the struggles and hopes of their listeners. The band's frontman, John Fogerty, with his distinctive voice, was the driving force behind their success. His songwriting prowess and his ability to craft memorable, singable tunes were unparalleled. The other members, Stu Cook, Doug Clifford, and Tom Fogerty, each brought their unique talents to the table, creating a sound that was unmistakably Creedence. Success, however, came at a breakneck speed. The band were thrust into the limelight, touring endlessly and recording at a relentless pace. It was a whirlwind, a roller coaster ride of fame, fortune, and the pressures that came with it. By 1970, Creedence Clearwater Revival had become one of the biggest rock bands in the world, but their reign at the top was to be short-lived. At the peak of their fame, internal tensions and a relentless touring schedule began to take a toll on Creedence Clearwater Revival. Even the mightiest of rock bands are not immune to the pressures of fame and fortune. For Creedence Clearwater Revival, the cracks began to show around the turn of the 70s. The band's unity, once as strong as the rock rhythms they were known for, started to crumble due to a mix of creative differences, legal disputes, and the relentless demands of a grueling touring schedule. Creative differences can be the bane of many a band, and Creedence Clearwater Revival was no exception. Each member had their own artistic vision, but as the band's primary songwriter, John Fogerty, often held the reins. This caused friction within the band, leading to a sense of frustration and discontent among the other members. Adding fuel to the fire were legal disputes. The band found themselves embroiled in a battle with their record label, Fantasy Records. The legal wrangling, combined with the constant touring, put an immense strain on the band members, both personally and professionally. Among all this, the band released their final album, Mardi Gras, in 1972. The album was met with a lukewarm reception, a stark contrast to the band's earlier successes. Critics found it lacking the band's characteristic energy, and fans were left wanting more. The album, which was meant to be a celebration of the band's music, instead served as a somber swan song. By the end of 1972, the band had reached a breaking point. The internal tensions, the legal disputes, the pressures of fame, it all became too much. And so, Creedence Clearwater Revival disbanded, leaving behind a legacy of music that had defined an era. But the story doesn't end there. Creedence Clearwater Revival may have disbanded, but their music was far from forgotten. As we'll see in our next chapter, the band's influence would live on, echoing through the annals of rock history and inspiring countless musicians in the years to come. Despite their short-lived career, Creedence Clearwater Revival has left an indelible mark on the world of music. Their influence has spanned generations and genres, creating a legacy that is both timeless and transformative. In 1993, the band was rightfully inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, an honor that recognized their profound contribution to the music industry. Their unique blend of rock and swamp pop, combined with a distinctive Southern style, was something truly novel in the late 60s and early 70s. This groundbreaking style continues to resonate with artists and fans alike, even in the 21st century. Creedence Clearwater Revival's songs have not only endured, but have thrived, being covered by a multitude of artists across various genres. From the punk rock rendition of Bad Moon Rising by Morning Ritual to the soulful interpretation of Have You Ever Seen the Rain by Rod Stewart, these covers attest to the versatility and universal appeal of their music. Their influence has been particularly profound in the realms of modern rock and country music. Bands such as Foo Fighters and artists like John Mayer have cited Creedence Clearwater Revival as a major influence in their music. They've incorporated the band's characteristic raw energy and soulful lyrics into their own works, carrying the spirit of Creedence Clearwater Revival into the new millennia. Their songs have also found their way into popular culture, featuring in numerous films and TV shows, further cementing their place in the annals of music history. From the haunting Fortunate Son in Forrest Gump, to the uplifting Looking Out My Back Door in The Big Lebowski, their music has transcended time and medium. In essence, the legacy of Creedence Clearwater Revival is one of enduring influence and timeless appeal. Their music has served as a foundation on which many artists have built their careers, and their songs remain as relevant and powerful today as they were when first released. From Have You Ever Seen the Rain to Bad Moon Rising, the music of Creedence Clearwater Revival continues to inspire and entertain, proving that true talent stands the test of time. Creedence Clearwater Revival's story is a testament to the power of music and the enduring appeal of rock and roll. A tale that took us from the humble beginnings of a rock legend, through a meteoric ascent to fame, a sudden fall, and a legacy that continues to reverberate through the annals of music history. Imagine, if you will, a band that encapsulated the spirit of an era, a band that rose to the pinnacle of the music world in a remarkably short span of time. Creedence Clearwater Revival was that band. Their music, raw and powerful, became the soundtrack of a generation, capturing the zeitgeist of the late 60s and early 70s with uncanny precision. But fame and success, as we've seen, are not without their pitfalls. The pressures and demands of the music industry, coupled with internal discord, led to the band's untimely breakup. Yet even in their downfall, there are lessons to be learned. The story of Creedence Clearwater Revival serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of success and the importance of unity and harmony within a band. Despite their short-lived career, the band's impact on the music scene was nothing short of extraordinary. Their unique blend of swamp rock and roots rock stood out against the backdrop of the psychedelic rock era, carving a niche that was uniquely their own. The band's influence can still be heard in the music of countless artists today, a testament to their enduring legacy. And that, my friends, is the beauty of Creedence Clearwater Revival. A band that shone brightly, if only for a brief moment in time. a band that left an indelible mark on the world of music, their songs becoming anthems for generations to come. Creedence Clearwater Revival may not be together anymore, but their music lives on, reminding us of a time when rock and roll ruled the world.